Hey folks, Curious UK here. So a couple weeks ago, a friend of mine named Andy went on to Mikey live stream and had a little chat with him. Now Andy, I've been talking to him for about over a year. He is a professional photographer and also a astrophotographer. He knows quite a bit. Smart man, does some gorgeous work, and he also has been someone who's watched Mikey Smith himself. I met Andy when I was doing my live streams. He'd come in, chatting, and yeah, I've been chatting with him also offline, and he's a good bloke. So shout out to Andy, and let's get into it and watch as he tries to educate Mikey Smith a little bit. Obviously, we know how Mikey Smith is, so we know how it will end.
Physics and logic on a level supreme. It's a curved reality, splitting flirt dreams.
Andy, who's Andy? Hello? Oh, yeah, I think you're muted. Can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Absolutely, yep.
You can hear me?
No, I can hear you, yes.
Oh, excellent. Sorry about the time delay there. I've got a big, massive setup here. So it's not that I would normally do this, so that's why. Anyway, hello. How you doing, Mikey? You all right?
Yeah, I'm living.
No, good stuff, man. No, seriously, right? Okay, right. Mike, I'll be honest with you. I'll be straight up here, right? I don't believe that the Earth is flat, okay? However, I actually have been a proper, fully fledged astrophotographer for close to 20 years. I'm not a paid agent. I'm not a shill, or what everyone wants to, sort of say. I'm just a person who takes photographs of, the dark skies when I can. And then the bottom line is, I live in the UK, so for me to get dark skies with the humidity when it's low, like below 80, is very, very rare.
Yeah,
we're talking really rare, right?
Yeah, I can attest to that. I don't think any images are really that low for humidity, which is why a lot of times I use like a lucky imaging technique, where I take a lot of short exposure images. So in order to do like a video, I'll take the top 50% of the images from the video, because in case anybody doesn't know, a video is just a series of a bunch of pictures. So you see 30 FPS would be 30 frames per second, so there's 30 pictures taken in 1 second. I'll take the top percentage, usually 50%, and I'll stack those so to get the ones with the best clarity and the best detail. And from then I run it through a bit more processing, astrophotography programs, just to kind of bring out any details and kind of get to looking the way I want it. Now, a little bit of astrophotography sometimes can be a little bit more of what you want to bring out in each image, but it's only with the detail and the data that's there. So it's what was observed. If something isn't there, you can't bring it out, right? It's not there to enhance. That's all you're really doing with astrophotography. So yes, so we have high humidity because we're an island that's in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Europe, surrounded by oceans all around. Andy's down in the southern part of England, near Dover, I believe he's told me, and I'm up in the northern part of England, close to the coast as well. So I've got the Irish Sea. He's down near Dover, so he's got the English Channel, and then going off into the Atlantic Ocean. So yeah. So this is what we deal with. This is the images we get, and there's techniques to help compensate for that. So, yeah.
However, this is where I'm not going to say it's a problem, but basically, all of my results are consistent, right? This is the truth. They're all consistent. Now, you know where you you record video,
Mm-hmm.
right? I've actually done the same.
With
Yeah.
what?
Well, with all of my equipment.
Which equipment is that?
Well, it depends what you want, really.
So yeah, Andy has described a few things he uses. Obviously, he has some high-end DSLR cameras with some really, really nice lenses, like super nice lenses. I think he's got a few refractor telescopes that he's used. And essentially, it's all really a telephoto lens is on a for a DSLR, anyways. And he has used a like a 12-inch Dobsonian telescope, which is essentially just like the same kind of telescopes I have, but on a different mount. Still having the equatorial mount. It's just a bit more of a basic mount, but works pretty good. But he's got 12-inch, so yeah, and I think he's brought his mates. He goes up to Scotland sometimes. He's got a friend up there or family, and he's used theirs a few times and gotten some really, really nice photos. As well as I think he has a equatorial mount for his camera, so that he can set it on there, and it tracks as the rotation of the Earth goes. It tracks the stars and stuff like that. And you can see examples of this. It's quite cool actually to see. I have one, but I can't do a long exposure like he can, like a time lapse. We can see the rotation of the Earth. But yeah, so he's, as far as I know, things he described that he has, he gets a lot of these shots from.
I've got a 1200mm f5. That's 12-inch Dobsonian.
And that's a telescope?
That is a telescope, yeah.
Yeah, so have you zoomed into a star with that and recorded it as a video?
Right, Mikey, right, okay, so this is the thing that you don't seem to understand about telescopes.
Yeah, that they don't record stars.
Mikey, telescopes 100% record stars. I've sent you countless different videos. I've tagged you in a lot of different astrophotography videos, in which I only have a 5-inch Newtonian telescope, right? So less than half the size of what Andy's using, and I can still get single stars with that, no problem. And he's got something that's bigger and gather more light, get a lot more detail. As for the zooming in thing, well, honestly, his or my telescope will have astronomically more magnification than your binoculars. Even your new binoculars are still nowhere close to the magnification I can get with my 5-inch Newtonian telescope. What you're doing, Mikey, is that you're using your phone and you're digitally zooming in, and that's where you're getting a lot of distortions and causing more problems. Because and then what you do is you go onto your videos and you digitally zoom in more with using your photo stuff, like using your CapCut and stuff, and causing even more problems, causing more distortion. You're taking the chromatic aberrations right there, and you're just making it bigger and worse and amplifying it. That's not how you do it, Mikey. Sorry, mate. That's what I'm saying. Your methodology is garbage.
No, they can record stars, right? Okay, so right. Something you need to learn, right, about telescopes and lenses and stuff, right, is that the lower the number that you get, yeah, on the lens,
Yep.
the wider the field is.
Mm-hmm.
So can you remember when Sam, your friend Samuel,
Yep.
Sam the gay hater, right, he done that video, right, debunking, what was his name? Astro Biscuit. Can you remember it, right? Where he had that he had that wire, right, and like,
Yeah.
and look, yeah, right, okay, right. So that there, right, that was filmed on a 35mm lens. That's a camera lens. Now, 35mm is pretty much exactly what the eye can see.
Yep, 100%. This empirically you can prove that's true. 35mm lens on a camera is pretty much equal to what is seen with your naked eye. I used to use 35mm SLR camera, so before the DSLR, when I was a kid, and yeah, so I could get shots what I see in my eye is what come through on film, and this is a film camera. I said years and years ago. I can't remember the brand. Like, it was one that wasn't very common, but it was a cool little camera. But yeah, that's spot on, handy, 100%. Nothing, like, not like I wouldn't expect anything less from a fellow who's been doing a professional photographer and astrophotographer for more than 2 decades.
All right. That's the truth. Now, I can only tell you this because I'm a professional photographer. I've been a professional astrophotographer for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Right?
So do you have any like?
However, Mikey, I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you. Right?
Yeah, but do you have any videos that you can show me or no?
It'd be pointless showing Mikey any videos because if, like I said, I just put up a short just recently. If I put up a video showing when I did my video of Vega, Mikey would just reject it and say it's fake. So what's the point in taking all that time out to do that? Because any video that doesn't conform to what he thinks it should be, then he's just gonna hand wave it away. Because Mikey is a disingenuous knobhead who only has his cognitive bias that he thinks is the arbiter of the truth.
No.
Well, here's the thing, right, Mikey? You don't understand how light works.
I don't need to understand how it works. I just need.
Well, no, but you do. No. Hold on, Mikey. Shush for a minute.
Yeah, Mikey, you fucking shush for a minute, dude. You take videos and pictures of light. That's what you're doing. Well, all you're receiving, and this is kind of how vision works, is that we're receiving the light reflecting off different things, like stuff around me, like those trees are green because it's reflecting the green wavelength of light and enters our eyes, enters the camera in this case. But Mikey, especially what you're doing for your stars and all that stuff, you need to understand how light works and how it's traveling and different spectrums, because that's where you get all the chromatic aberration, which has already been proven. Brenda proved it, I proved it, fucking loads of people have proved what you're doing with your videos. Yeah, you need to understand how light works, how it travels, the wavelengths, and what happens when you see different things. But Mikey, you're interested in this shit because you're just too stupid and don't understand it.
You don't need to understand how light works when you're trying to take pictures of light, but in the dark. And this is the thing, right? When it's dark, it's different. It's not like taking photos in the day. So
Yeah,
taking photos in the dark is totally different, right? Now, the reason for that is because light takes longer to get here.
From where?
From wherever it's coming.
Well, it's not traveling anywhere. It's just in the sky.
Right, so Mikey thinks that light doesn't travel, which is really weird because the source of the light, where say it's coming from, let's just say off in the distance, you see streetlights. Well, that light is there, right? It's at that location. So how does the light get to your eyes, right? Because the source is way, a couple miles away, way over there. So how does the light get to you? It's going to travel, doesn't it? It has to travel to your eyes and hit your eyeballs, be received, hit the cones, which then sends a signal to the optic nerves, which then goes to your brain. Light has to travel, Mikey. I'll put up a video here, right there. This is a camera that shoots 1 trillion frames per second, observing light travel. That's a packet of photons. So it's just a flash of light traveling through a Coke bottle, hitting the end and reflecting off of the cap. So yes, we can see that light travels. I'll put up another one here. This is light traveling once again. And you can see it as it's hitting this object, reflecting off something and hitting the that background. So and I'll show you one more. This is another one. This is from a if you look at YouTube channel Veritasium, they show this experiment in which it's using a laser that's hitting one particular spot inside this kind of like, it's not a room, it's like a box with a bunch of objects in it, and then they're using a 1 trillion frame per second camera that shoots 1 megapixel, or 1 pixel, actually not 1 megapixel, 1 pixel, and then they scan it over. Now obviously light travels very fast. Light is its fastest thing we know in the universe. It travels just very shy of 300 million meters per second. So travel very fast. But this way, light can travel around the Earth 7.5 times in 1 second. So yes, very, very, very fast, Mikey. See, I know you think it appears like it's right there. It's not. This light is very, very fast. Like I said, I think it's 299,700,000 and something meters in 1 second. That's very fast, Mikey. It's about 300,000 kilometers in 1 second. You want to put it into a Canadian for you? 300,000 kilometers in 1 second light can travel. So that's very fast. You can't see 300,000 kilometers, so it seems like light is there instantaneously. So yes, it does travel. And Andy brings up a good point too, using thunder and lightning. So let's go.
Okay. Well, you say that.
Yeah.
But what happens when there's thunder and lightning?
Well, then I don't see the stars. It's cloudy.
Mikey completely missed the whole point of the question because he's so fucking dim-witted and has such a one-track mind. Only has one thing, and he can't comprehend anything else. It's just fucking beyond his comprehension. It's diabolical. The man made it to 50.
Okay, yeah, no, but here's the thing: when there's a lightning strike, yeah, for every second that you have to wait to hear that rumble of lightning, that's 1 mile away that it is.
Yeah,
we know that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right, so no, this is what I'm saying. Light travels different to the speed of sound. Yeah, light is the fastest thing that we know of to travel on this planet. Mikey, I'm not trying to argue with you, right?
No, I'm not arguing either, but you need to show me. So how far are the stars then?
How far are the stars?
How far is the star Sirius from here?
Okay, well, I'll be honest with you. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Neither do I.
What can
I'll help you guys out with that. 8.6 light years or 81 trillion kilometers. And we've mentioned that because we have different methods like spectroscopy and using fringe shift yellow, using like the red and blue fringe shift, different ultraviolet, ultraviolet, infrared, different things like that. We have measured how far these are. We don't have it 100% exact, so we usually round up, give or take within the margin of error. But they're definitely not what Mikey claims, which I think he thinks they're like 70 miles up. That's easily falsified just by simply two observers 70 miles apart and look at the angle that the star is from you, and you'll see it really doesn't change very much because they're much further than that. You can verify or have a pretty good estimation how far objects are by using simple trigonometry, and that's how we figured out first of all how far Venus is from Earth, and then using that we're able to figure out, have a fairly good approximation of how far the sun was. Even as methodology got better, we were able to come with more and more accurate measurements, but they were never ever did they ever think that they're 70 miles away.
I can tell you though, Mikey, it's not 75 miles away like you reckon it is. Now I can
So
prove
how would
this.
I report it?
I can prove this right now. I can prove this right now.
How could you prove that?
Okay, all you got to do, is look 75 miles.
Yeah, I've done that. Trust me, I've done everything.
No, honestly.
I've done everything, man.
Which way does it come? Is it 75 miles to the west, and then it comes to you towards the east, yeah?
No, it comes from, what do you mean?
Well, no, when you see your star, is it coming from the west towards the east, yeah?
No, the east.
Okay, it's coming from the east towards the west.
Yeah.
Okay, right, so
you don't even know the direction the stars go?
Because it's only 75 miles away, yeah?
No, straight up. Downrange, it could be thousands of miles. But it's not.
That makes absolutely no sense in reality whatsoever. How can something be only 75 miles in altitude, but yet you can see it downrange thousands of miles? It doesn't work, Mikey. I'm sorry, mate. You wouldn't see it thousands of miles if it's only 70 miles straight above your head. Just think about it for 1 second here. Like, it's just, Mikey, this is the thing, Mikey has absolutely fucking zero clue on basic geometry. I mean, we're talking like grade 4, you know, elementary school geometry. Like, this is basic shit, Mikey. And you claim you graduated high school? I need to see evidence of that. I have my fucking serious doubts. I don't even know if you even graduated freaking junior high or even elementary school, because this shit's that kind of level.
Well, how does that work then?
Well, you know how downrange, you know, like the
Well, no, I don't, Mikey. No, I don't. You tell me.
Okay, the sun at midday is right above our heads, correct?
What was that?
And if that's moving 1,000 miles an hour,
miles?
so 3 hours later, it's going to be 3,000 miles away from us.
This is another example of Mikey doesn't have a fucking, even the foggiest clue of how just simple optics and geometry and speeds work. You see, if the sun was only 70 miles above us, it'd be like, watch a plane fly towards you. Flies towards you, looks like it's barely moving. I was actually looking at a plane the other day doing exactly this. Looks like they're barely moving. Goes above your head, it's moving very fast. Suddenly you can see it goes over top of you very quick, and as it moves away, it looks like it's slowing down, right? And then so, if the sun was only 70 miles up, and this would be very easy to observe, is that you would see the sun off in distance, look like it wouldn't be moving, also be very small, which it isn't. The sun doesn't change any of the size throughout the day. Look at my video in which I actually measured the sun using a solar filter throughout the whole day. It doesn't change the size whatsoever. It goes over your head, and we can watch it. It doesn't change speed. The speed stays constant. It's 15 degrees per hour, no matter what you do. Sundials themselves falsify this whole entire claim. So, in fact, as the sun goes over you, it actually slows down instead of speeds up. So, in fact, there's the exact opposite will be required on the flat Earth, especially with the sun that's only 70 miles or 75 miles above your head. Then as it goes further away, a sundial actually covers more distance. It's exact opposite, so that doesn't work at all. And also we can watch 15 degrees per hour, doesn't change all that much. And you can watch the sunset, and it takes the same time. Only when it gets very, very close to the horizon, due to atmospheric refraction, then sometimes what happens is that the light's bending the sun, and we're seeing it. It's actually low, but it's bringing it up, and it's bringing it over into our eyes, and so the sun takes an extra 5 minutes to set due to the refractive conditions of the atmosphere.
No, it's going to be 15 degrees away.
Whatever, if you want to talk fancy stuff, go
ahead.
No,
but it is. It's 15 degrees.
How is measuring the angles to the sun and the angular change fancy stuff? See, like I said, Mikey doesn't understand even basic elementary level geometry. It's fucking astounding that he's even managed to somehow manage this far. I'm starting to have my doubts.
You have a YouTube channel I can check out your footage of?
No, Mikey, you don't.
No, so you don't have any footage of the star Sirius as a video?
I was shown many videos of stars being like live observed right then on my screen. Mikey refuses to look at them because he doesn't want to actually see this. If Andy happened to bring up something he had, Mikey would probably just kick them off and just gone nah and called it fake. That's just how Mikey rolls.
Well, no, all I'm asking, Mikey, right, is that you know, if the sun comes across like you say it does, and it's at 15 degrees per hour, well, if you do 15 times 24, that's 365.
Yeah, well, I want to. Do you have any evidence of anything? You're just talking numbers. I don't know what you're going.
Well, yeah, I do actually. I actually do have evidence.
Okay, but do you have any proof?
All you have to do, Mikey, right?
Yeah.
Is go on to one of the world's most significant star apps, like Stellarium, which every professional astrophotographer uses.
They're not professionals.
Actually, Mikey, yeah, they are. There's many professional astrophotographers out there that their job is really to get some absolutely gorgeous and beautiful shots of the cosmos, and then they sell them to magazines, or they sell them in art galleries and stuff like that. There's many. He's speaking to one himself. He's a photographer and He's also an astrophotographer and has been for longer than you've been looking through your shitty ass binoculars, pretending like you're actually doing something significant with your life.
Okay, well, no, but you can use it, right? Now, it is a good thing about it, right? You can go to stellarium.com, right? And on your computer right now, without even loading up an app, it will show you where everything is in the sky.
Yeah, I have an app. I know it works fine. I know lots about the stars.
Right, okay, so that's the one thing that's just worried me, right, about this is you've just said it works fine.
The irony behind it. So Mikey uses a app like Stellarium or Starwalk or something like that. Mikey, newsflash, those use the fucking globe, you absolute fucking tool. Yes, that's right. They use a Haversine formula, and all their observations and locations they base is from your location standing on a rotating globe with distant stars and distant celestial objects. This is proof. That's how they work. That's all how the math and the programming works. And guess what? As Mikey, you just admitted, they work. Welcome to the globe, Mikey. You just debunked your flatardia once again. Good job.
Now, all of these work on a globe Earth. All of them work on a globe Earth. Okay? So how can you say that it works fine? Now, if you go to the sun right now, from where you are, can you tell me, can you positively identify that it points below your foot level?
No.
I think what Andy's getting at, and I think it was for the evening when he done this, because he did message me and told me that he was on Mikey's, and then Mikey kicked him off. So, bit of I suppose I kind of broke it there. Spoiler alert, I guess. Not like a surprise, but yeah. So he's showing, like, I'll show you here. Here's Stellarium here. Next to Stellarium, you can like just click on the little clock at the bottom from the real time, where it'll show you where everything is, and you can run it up in time to see where the celestial objects will be, about what time and what location. So you can maybe plan your night if you want to do, like, go out and do some observations or astronomy to know about what time to go out, to what direction to look, and where you see stuff above the horizon and location. So I've done it several times, and it works perfectly every single time. But as you see, the sun sets below the horizon, and then you can see it go, and obviously goes sets northwest, goes around to north on the side, and comes up from about my location. So, and then you'll see it rise in the northeast, and this because there's a globe, and that's how it works. And you can actually track the sun. If I had set an equatorial mount on the sun and watched it, you actually would watch it track the sun all the way around and come up the sunrise. And this has been done by many people with, like, probably better mounts than I do, that can polar align them a bit better than I can, and that have time-lapse cameras that can do a long time lapse. So but yeah, pretty cool. People do it all the time, and it works. And you'll watch, and you can track it below the Earth, and it'll come and rise exactly in that spot. And that's because the Earth's a globe, and it's rotating. We know how it works, and we can predict where things come up, even the average person.
You can't.
No.
Why not?
It's going further away due to perspective. I don't want to talk about the sun. I'm talking about the stars.
No. But come on, Mikey. We can't dismiss this, because all of these apps work impeccably, absolutely impeccably, don't they?
Yeah. So
they all work. They all work impeccably.
Oh, so
you can't say that it's distance. It's not distance.
Hey, you can see the screen, right?
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah, that's the star Sirius. Show me yours.
That's not the star Sirius.
I have to agree. That's not what Sirius looks like. Now, I actually did a video on this about over a year ago, in which I ran Mikey's that exact image through AI. All it is run the image through, and then I did a image of Sirius that I did, and this was, I was quite early on doing astrophotography, and so I had it wasn't the best shots, but it was still a lot better than Mikey's. So this is what my the AI said when I showed it my image. No prompts, just put it up.
Okay, I see. It looks like you captured a photo of the star Sirius through your telescope. That's really cool. It appears to be a pretty clear shot, and you can see Sirius's bright white color. You mentioned using a camera called the SV205.
So yeah, that was the image of Sirius, and AI confirmed it for me. But funny enough, for Mikey's image, I had to pretty much try to convince AI that that was the image of Sirius because it just wasn't having it. Interesting, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is.
Mikey, that's something that you've done on your telescope with a set
I
of
don't use
binoculars.
telescopes.
This, what do you mean you don't use telescopes? All you go on about is using a telescope.
You don't even know anything about me, what you're talking about.
Shut up, you knob.
I have to say, Andy is kind of wrong, kind of right with that in a way. Mikey always goes on about saying how he uses binoculars. But essentially his binoculars are just two refractor telescopes strapped together, very small ones. So he uses his binoculars like a telescope because he puts his camera on one eyepiece and then he uses the other pieces like a other eyepiece as a finder scope. So Mikey kind of distinguishes. He doesn't use a telescope. He uses binoculars. He uses the binoculars like a telescope, and that's essentially all he has. It's just a small refractor. Yeah, it's Andy's kind of right and kind of wrong, but yeah, it's. I'd say I don't know you're doing tomatoes really. That's how I'm gonna see it.
I don't use telescopes. I don't trust them. This Shut up, you knob. You wanker. You a wanker. She's not you wanker. So yeah, we're gonna wait for Andy to show us his footage of the star Sirius or any independent star. A video would be absolutely fantastic. I keep asking for videos. Nobody seems to want to provide any videos of stars, seeing that they're so damn close.
I mean, yeah, like I said, he doesn't trust binocular telescopes, but yeah, Mikey uses his binoculars like a refractor telescope. Fucking really weird. He doesn't know the difference. It's really odd. He thinks that and even then, his binoculars are only have 20 times, maybe I think the ones he's getting 40 times magnification. It's quite weak, and he's going from 80 millimeters to 100 millimeters, so still really quite a small telescope. Having two just gives you a wider field of vision and more immersive because you got both eyes looking through. This is one eye, so that's the nice thing about astronomical binoculars is that they have usually pretty decent lenses in them, and with having both eyes, it's again a really nice field of view, a nice big one, a very immersive experience, and they're really nice to look at the stars and look at different things, celestial bodies. Still not nearly as powerful as a decent telescope. You won't get the magnification that Mikey thinks he's getting. That's why he's getting all the chromatic aberration and stuff like that, because he's just pushing his phone optics way past what they should be, and also with the lenses of the phone, it's introducing the aberration. So even if he gets chroma corrected lenses on his binoculars, he's still using a mobile phone camera that isn't designed for it, and it's still going to have the same chromatic aberration. So unfortunately, Mikey, while this has been explained to him several times, is too fucking stupid to actually realize that, or too ignorant. Take your pick. It could be a combination of both. Oh, and by the way, I have sent him several videos of stars. Every time he asks for them, I email them to him, and that's why he's blocked my email account, because I keep giving him what he wants. He doesn't actually really want it. Like I said, if Andy had showed him videos of the stars he'd done, like while he's doing like astrophotography, like the ones I've done, I just did one recently, and put up as a short, Mikey would just call it fake and kick him and just say that it's CGI or some shit like that, because that's what Mikey has to do that because he won't accept anything else. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, so Mikey's just got cognitive bias, and he's just he is a knob, plain and simple. He's a wanker.
It's not just me, Andy. We've got like 5 or 6 other people recording stars just like me with different equipment, different cameras, different binoculars, P1000, smaller telescopes, And yeah, so we're getting stars the way they actually are, and people are very upset about that for some reason.
Except, Mikey, you're not getting stars the way they are. I've proven this several times. And when I did my video in which I replicated your images you're getting of the stars, it was to show that I understood your methodology, and then I explained it and explained why it's garbage, why it's bad, and why the optics you're using are subpar. And I did use a cheap telescope, so I even used shittier optics, and we're still getting the same results. So that's why I said your new binoculars, the ones you have now, which are supposed to be better, that you paid a lot of money for, a couple $100, whatever you paid for them, and the ones you're going to pay like $2,500 for, they're not going to help, because you won't accept any observations unless you look like your shitty ones you got fucking years ago with your shitty binoculars. I don't know why you're paying loads of money up for ones when you're just going to try to manipulate the images to look like your old shit. So it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Like Sam's just, he's manipulated the images, manipulated the way that the phone's sitting on the eyepiece, probably even the angle, stuff like that, until he got the images that he wanted. I've put up raw footage showing straight off my laptop screen because it goes through my astronomy camera, which doesn't have a lens, and my telescope doesn't have lenses. It's a Newtonian telescope, so it's got 2 mirrors, so I don't get chromatic aberration you get, because that's usually you get introduced is from different lenses. And you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing, and which if I were looking with an eyepiece, I'd see the exact same thing. Except for the fact that I can adjust the exposure, so I can bring exposure down. That's where you can see like Mars and Jupiter and Saturn and stuff like that, as what you get pictures of, because I'm simply just darkening it down so I'm not getting overexposed and getting the image blown out. So that's the advantage of using like the proper technology. Well, you know, Mikey won't accept any of this shit, so that's it. He's not doing anything that's going to ruin the astronomy world. Nobody gives a shit. Astronomers don't care. And if you ever went to court with this stuff, like he keeps claiming, you just get laughed out of court in the first place, like he did last time, and probably just get charged to have to pay the court fees of anybody he's thinking he's going to sue, which is hilarious. But that's it. Thanks for watching the video. Kudos to Andy for going on there and getting on. Mikey won't let me on. He's got me blocked off his StreamYards and his Google, so he doesn't even see me in live chat from in there. I don't really see those in there because other people who don't have me blocked can see my comments. And but he won't let me on the stream because last time I was on there, I destroyed him and Matthew Keem and Sam all at the same time, asking questions they couldn't answer, and they all embarrassed themselves. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me for more videos. And remember, people, Earth's definitely a globe. Space is real. But don't forget, stay curious. I'll see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm mentally disturbed. I have problems, folks. I'm mentally disturbed. I have problems. I gotta go to the hospital, guys. I need help.